What we're gonna talk about today is how to sort it out in your head that you're the shit, that you are worthy, a really hot woman, and that you should be comfortable in any social situation. I'm going to show you specific technique for how to sort this out in your head. And lastly, how this will manifest, or how you can sit in your outer behavior. Okay, so let's crack into it. I'm going to tell you that first, pickup is actually hard. Mostly because you make it hard, okay? Seriously, picking up itself, it's relatively easy. But picking up is hard because you make it hard for yourself. And the reason that you make it hard is because you have not sorted out in your own head that you're the shit, that you're worthy of hot woman, and that you should be comfortable around hot women, okay? So think of it like, let's do a little test. We call it the whore test. So check this out. Imagine you saw a group of girls that you don't think they are hot, like that hot. And you walk up to them, you're like, whore, whore. No, just kidding. What's your name? Something like that, okay? So again, whore, just kidding. What's your name? Well, if it's a group of girls that you're not really that intimidated by, okay? If you're not that attracted, it's easy to walk up and do that. You just walk up and be like, hey, whore, whore, just kidding. What's your name? That's super easy to do. But if you walk up to the most intimidating, like high status, hot girl, center of attention girl that you can think of, and you try to do that, how are you going to act? You're probably gonna go, whore, haha, I'm just kidding, whore, and smack, right? Boom. So it's funny because when you think about it, it's really just how you feel about when you go up. The same behavior that if you feel completely confident and certain the girl thinks it's hilarious. And she's like, oh, you're so different than any other guy. You're so funny, right? You do that on a girl who intimidates you and you're like a dickhead, a psycho. And the girl thinks that she's mad because you say the word whore. But actually the reason why, it's because she's really mad that you're a guy who's not at her level and you try to step up and basically wasted her time. All right. So imagine if you're somebody who had this really great item that you would love to buy, right? And they're just like, dude, buy it, right? And it's a great deal. It's a great deal. Just buy it. And they're like, hey, thanks. Even if the person was a bit pushy, if it was a great item and a great deal, you're like, hey, thanks, man. But if it's an item that kind of like not worth it, it kind of sucks. And you don't want to buy it, you're like, hey dude, you're being pushy. That's not cool. So it's kind of the same thing with girl, right? So you fundamentally have to work it out in your mind that you are the shit, that you're worthwhile, and that you can be comfortable. And the reason why it is more difficult with really hot women is because you don't feel like you're up to the task. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. A lot of guys will say, okay, I could see you picking up a girl who's maybe average attractiveness, but do you have the game that you need to get a 10th? Can you get the 10th? And what you don't realize is that to pick up a quote unquote 9s or 10s is both like a paradox, easier and harder than a girl who's more typical. Now here's why. It's harder because you have to play a mind game with yourself, okay? You have to sort it out in your own head. So it's actually harder from an inner game perspective to do that. But from an outer game perspective, it could be argued anyway. It's just a way of looking at it. But it's actually easier. And the reason why, it's because a lot of girls who are more typical has met a lot of guys who have sorted out in their head they are worthwhile, right? But a girl who's more attractive, she won't have like met as many guys who have sorted that out, that they're good enough for her. Like I say, your brain has a mechanism, and if you don't think that you have status in a particular environment, what your brain will do is would shut it down. So now we're going to do it is lay out exactly how to sort this out in your head, that you're the man, both outside of pickup, but also inside of pickup. And then we'll look at how it actually manifests, okay? So outside of pickup, there is like two keys to this. One is figuring out where your values and actually are living up to them. The other thought is accepting yourself regardless of your current circumstances. So you can see that it's actually a paradox again, and we're going to look at the few paradoxes, all right? So what I want you to do right now is I want you to think of what your values are. What's most important to you, what you care about, what's cool, and not bullshit like society dictates you. What I care about is having like a feminine set of eyes with soft eyes and a cheekbone that looks like this, because I saw it on IG. Bullshit. But I want you to go deep and really think about what you care about in life. And you know, for me, that could be things like having sex with beautiful girls, pushing myself or getting out of my comfort zone, living my life in a stoic way. I don't know, prioritize logic over flawed thinking, rejecting group thinking, and being more independent in general, things like that. So I don't care, whatever it is for you, and basically what I want you to do is actually strive to live up to those values. What that means is that when you are living up to your value, you're going to feel good about yourself. And interestingly, as you're looking at yourself, living up to your value, nobody else is going to live up to them as well as you. Because again, you determine them, okay? It's very kind of like inner world developing a way of looking at it. And basically, what will happen then is that when you see that hot 21 years old, maybe with fake lips and most guys are worshiping her, you're like, well, girl, how much do you live up to the value that I have set? I still value you. I think you are like a beautiful, I still value you. I still think you are a beautiful woman. You're like a flower. I want to be with you. I'm attracted to you. But again, nobody is living up to my value better than me, okay? So that's one level. Basically, you sort out in your head that you are the shit because you are living up what you think is cool. But paradoxically, you're not going to be there at this point, right? You're not going to be fully most self-actualized version of yourself that you're going to be eventually become. And as a result of that, you might start like browbeating yourself and feeling bad. So what I also want you to do is study the art of self-acceptance. I want you to fully accept yourself as you are today. I want you to just say to yourself, look, as long as I am on my journey of becoming the best version of myself that I can be, I fully accept myself as I am now. And if I took action today to get where I want to go, or even if I took a break today, okay? Taking a break can even be taking action because you're recharging to go fucking harder when you get back to it. Again, you're fully accepting yourself. You're giving yourself a pat on the back, okay? So if you're like fat guy and you value being fucking jacked at some point, as long as you are on your way to getting there and you give yourself a path, you're not going to be hard on yourself. You have compassion for yourself. You fully accept yourself. And again, you're doing well. So like I say, match a combination of sorting this out in your head that you are the shit, and one, determine your own value and live up to them. But two, fully accept yourself. And as long as you're moving towards your value, to the accomplishment and the goals that you want in life, you're totally good. One way is to handle your life such that you have this out in your head that you're the shit, okay? That could involve things like handling your career, going to the gym, handling your nutrition, having a super great peer group, having diverse intellectual passion and purpose for being alive. Even if you're not super intense guy, maybe you're like chill, maybe your purpose is just being among your friends and your family, you know, whatever it is, right? Everybody's built up differently. I'm really intense, we all know that, but you know, it just depends on the individual. Now, you sort this out and now you sort this out in your head and that you're fucking awesome, and then you can do well with girl. A lot of that comes from, by the way, the 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem book from Nathaniel Branden. Essentially, he says self-esteem is trusting yourself because you live consciously, act with purpose, and stay aligned with your values. Living consciously, that's the number 1 pillar. Stay aware, don't live on your autopilot. Self-acceptance, own a lot of that comes from the 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem book by Nathaniel Branden. He says like self-esteem is trusting yourself because you live consciously, act with purpose, and stay aligned with your values. So living consciously, stay aware, don't live up on autopilot. Don't live up on autopilot. Stay aware, don't live up on autopilot. Live consciously, stay aware. Live consciously, stay aware. Don't live on autopilot. Self-acceptance, own your own strength and flaws without denial. Self-responsibility, take full responsibility for your life. Self-assertiveness, express your needs, value and boundaries. Living purposefully, set goals and move towards them. And finally, personal integrity, act in alignment with your value. So I hope that kind of like inspire you to both fully examine your life and live up to your own value, but also to fully accept yourself where you are now. So please sort it out. You're the shit. Nobody wants you to hold yourself back. People want you to have fun. They want you to let go and want you to bring the fullest version of yourself. I know that I definitely want that for you. So I'm looking forward to meeting you as well. So I'm looking forward to meeting you as well to the fullest version of yourself. And I hope that you learned a lot today. So link is in the bio, just show up. Until next time, peace.